pretty cool. Did it pass through your way at all, Ian?
Honestly, I think it did, but I was working. People have been talking about it all day, but by the time this shit came through, I totally forgot about it when it came through.
I feel that. That's
I
fair.
was like, oh fuck, the eclipse was today. It was dark. It was dark as hell though. Like I'll give it that. I was inside. I didn't get to watch the Indians game like I wanted, or the Guardians game like I wanted to. I heard they got totality.
All right.
Yeah, Cleveland was full totality. Yeah. Yeah. Everything went dark for 3 minutes, and that was it. And everyone freaked out, and everyone driving home from said totality areas are causing so much traffic they can't get out of there.
The amount of traffic that came through Maine that day was insane as well.
I'm sure the hotels along Route 9, on down 95 and Route 1 were loving life.
Oh God, yeah. You know who else was loving life? The UConn Huskies last night.
Yes, they were.
Back-to-back NCAA champions. I think that's 6 in 25 years for them now. It's starting to feel like UConn, men's and women, is just the standard for college basketball. Obviously, we know UConn women didn't win the title this year. But they were a moving screen away from making it to the title game.
I don't like that call, though. Just saying.
I didn't like the call either.
It was ticky-tack. Not in a game like that, you don't call that, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely agree. I don't think that's the right call to make at that time frame. But back to my original point, UConn basketball, it doesn't matter men's or women, just seems to be the standard for college basketball, and it's what you want to model your teams after. From what I'm seeing here, because again, I'm pretty sure it was another double-digit victory last night, which makes they won every single game in the tournament by double digits. Every single one.
They only trailed for like a total of 6 minutes all tournament. That's insane.
Just bonkers to think about. Top to bottom, by far the best team all season long.
Just
to be honest, I don't...
Pure dominance. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
I can't see any reason why they probably won't win it next year either.
Cooper flag?
Let's go, Cooper. Possibly. I think that's going to definitely sway things.
It's going to come down to UConn next year for sure on the men's side.
I think so. I can't imagine it going any other way. Once NC State once they beat Duke, I was kind of rooting for them. You know, that would have been cool to see that underdog story finally happen.
That feel-good feel. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nah,
what do you think, Ian?
Yeah, I think it was. I think they were dominant. I mean, somebody was saying the other day. It's kind of true. We're gonna have to start hating UConn. I mean, we really don't. That's one of the problems with college basketball. Aside from the transfer portal and all that, is we don't really have any. Like nobody knows any team. Like if we could just get that one team that we all hate, maybe it's in a better place than we think it is. College basketball.
Well, unless you're a fan of them, wouldn't that team be Duke?
Yeah, I mean, well, Duke is always. Don't get me wrong, Duke is always gonna be that team. But I mean, there's still gonna be teams that come along. I mean, Duke is always gonna be hated regardless, but there's gonna be great teams like Florida. I mean, they weren't really hated, but this team is like dominant is an understatement. Like they won every tournament game by at least 13 points.
And you know,
they only show for like 6 minutes all tournament.
Back-to-back NCAA champions. There's something special. That is a dominant school that they have going right now. And I think, when was the last time the women won? Like 2019, I think? Was it 2015? Has it been that long?
I think it's been a while because South Carolina's been on a run.
Well, yeah, because South Carolina had a good run. Notre Dame had a run for a while there.
It's been about that.
But
South
they're never
Carolina was
out of it.
flaming out right as UConn, or UConn was like kind of flaming out as South Carolina was coming in, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can't have been too long. They're not that far removed from winning like 113 games in a row or whatever the fuck it was.
That was absolutely absurd when that happened. I remember that.
That ain't never happening again.
No, that one. No,
maybe in the women's game. Who knows? Maybe in the women's game. That ain't never happened in the men's game. UCLA won 88 back in the 70s.
What did you guys think of Ice Cube's offer to Caitlin Clark? $5 million to join the Big Three.
Yeah, take the ticket while it's hot. That's the way I see it. I mean, she's not good enough to play with those pro NBA, like retired NBA players, but she's the hot ticket in town. Cash in. That's how I feel. Cash in while your worth is high. You know what I'm saying?
I think she could come off a couple screens every game and hit some threes.
Hell, fuck. I mean, I guess if the screens are good enough, but at the end of the day, she's still Caitlin Clark.
She ain't gonna drive to the hole on anybody or stop anybody defensively, but
she'll get hosed.
Yeah, but I think she could come off a screen and hit a three.
I mean, you could come off a screen and hit a three.
That's my point.
In a game like, okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
To answer our previous question, UConn women's basketball last won the championship in 2016.
2016. Okay, so yeah,
it's been almost 10 years.
Not too far removed.
Man, you were pretty close. You were closer than I would have been. Shit.
No, but they won in 95, then 2000, 2002, 3, 4, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, and 16.
Yeah, it's obviously South Carolina is the standard right now when it comes to women's basketball, but it's always going to be UConn.
They're in the conversation.
Absolutely.
I mean, same way you're never gonna. I mean, even to a greater extent even Duke never dominated to even close to the same extent that UConn.
Not even
women
close.
has.
No.
Yeah. They had their one back. I mean, UConn, but at the same time, I feel like women's basketball. Correct me if I'm wrong. It seems very top heavy. The games don't start getting interesting until like at least the Sweet 16 because the best teams are. Look at the score of some of these South Carolina games in this tournament. Like UConn's doing it against. Well, I'm not gonna say better competition because men are better than women, but I'm saying in relative. Yeah, it's more balanced. Like UConn just rolled through everybody. I mean,
for example, in compared to like the men's bracket and women's bracket, at least for the first round, maybe two, you're never gonna pick an upset.
In the women's bracket, oh yeah, no, for sure. Except Maine, Black Bear women.
In the men's bracket, there's an upset every time. There's at least one.
There's always at least one. Looking at you, Kentucky.
Oh, God damn it, Kentucky. Good. Nice call on the John Calipari leaving, though.
Yeah. I caught it.
That's going to propel Arkansas's program, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly, it's good for both of them. Arkansas gets a bona fide winning coach, and Kentucky gets a new voice in that locker, which they absolutely need.
Yeah, they get that fresh start. I do think it probably will take Kentucky a year or so to rebound and contend.
I'm gonna say 2 for that one. I think they'll be somebody in the conversation, but they're definitely gonna take a further tumble. At least,
yeah.
That shocked me. That whole thing with
I freaking called it.
You called it? Yeah, no, you did.
I did.
I'll give it to you.
Celtics are getting their shit pushed in right now.
Yeah.
They're fine. They'll be. I mean, dude, it's crazy. We only have like 3 NBA regular season games left.
I know.
That shit's crazy, man. You guys are gonna. It's gonna be interesting in the playoffs to see if you guys finally. We're set to play Dallas unless something changes, which I'm not thrilled about that.
That's a super interesting series.
Yeah, no, we could have got a much easier. Thankfully, we'll have home court, but we didn't get any favors with that draw. Like, I almost wish I was the 6th seed so we could have played 3. Because who's the 3 seed in the West right now? You got number 1 is I'm not looking at it right in front of me.
Number 1's Minnesota. Number 2's Denver.
Number 3 is Oklahoma City.
Yeah, number 3 is Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I'd have rather been number 6 and played Oklahoma. Like, I don't want to play Dallas in the first round. Like, they're good, man. I mean, I think the Clippers will win. And then I think we take out Denver round 2.
If you take out Denver,
we will.
The Lakers are going to go to the finals.
We're not losing to Denver in 7 games. I know we're not.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not saying you won't. I mean,
Lakers
I
aren't
would
beating the
pick Denver.
Clippers either, by the way.
Yes, they are. You're out of your.
Yeah, they would.
You
Absolutely.
are out of your fucking mind. The Lakers would beat
Denver
the
will
Clippers
lose
in
to
6.
Yeah,
Hell no. Well, where are the Lakers position again? Like 9?
they're 9.
No, like
so that
7
means
or yeah,
they're
whatever.
9
Just
right now.
9.
They're 9. So
They've also won 10 out of 11.
Yep, and they are
Yeah,
a game and a half removed from 6th.
I'm not worried about LeBron and them. I mean, let's not act like you're acting like the Clippers or the Charlotte Hornets.
No, we're
yourself
not.
Before you get wrecked yourself, man. I do not want to face LeBron James teams.
Oh, I've been one of those people before too. Like I'd never bet against LeBron in the playoffs, and you know what happens? He loses. So I don't. I mean, I could. It would be one of those things. I would be shocked if the Lakers won. Like it's the Lakers. Like I would be, but I don't think the Lakers are winning against the Clippers in 7 games. I don't think the Lakers are beating any top tier team in the NBA in 7 games.
I think the only teams in the West that can beat the Lakers is the Nuggets.
Golden State, if they actually get off their own.
Nah.
Fuck no. Yeah, no, I don't want Casey.
Not likely. Don't get me wrong. Not likely, but they have to get if they can get out of their own way.
No, it's not even they'd have to get it on their own way. There'd have to be Steph just going mind-bogglingly, insanely hot, and Klay Thompson matching that energy, which I can't see them doing. I could see the Warriors giving any team a push.
Because it's like LeBron. It's like we're never gonna count them out. It's like just put it like this. Like, 'cause I know Casey's a big Mahomes fan. It's like if Mahomes 8 years down the road, there's some hot shot team, and you're like, I don't care. I'm not betting. Like I've seen it too many times. At this point, we're starting to like LeBron and the Warriors. We don't want to bet against them because we've learned.
You know what happens.
Right. Exactly. I mean, shit. Same shit. What do you think of all the people that bet against Brady? They're regretting it now, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
I've bet against Brady many times, and it's backfired many a times.
So it's finally nice to see that the playoff field has at least been narrowed down to who's in the playoffs at least.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't know who's in the play-in or not, but of the 8 current play-in teams, who would you most be feared of? Who should be most feared right now?
Lakers. It's not close.
I'd say Lakers too.
So I'd say the Lakers in the Western Conference. Who do you have as you should fear in the Eastern Conference? And who's currently in the play-in?
The only one that would even give me a slight hiccup's the Heat.
You said it's in the play-in right now?
Yep.
I was looking at it earlier. Who's the 4 in the play-in in the East? The Heat.
3 irrelevant teams in the Heat. 3 irrelevant teams in the Heat.
Philly, Miami, Chicago, Atlanta.
It's Miami, and that's it.
Even with the Embiid coming back?
It's not
give me Philly.
No.
I mean, Miami is to the point now where it's like, fuck, like, I've bet against Miami too many times, but no, give me Philly. Like, they're...
No. Okay, so let's back up and let's talk about this logically, Ian. You want to go with the team that statistically every player gets worse in the playoffs against the team where every player statistically gets better in the playoffs. That's the team you want to roll with.
Well, let's see, because if Philly wins the play-in, they're probably going to play the 1 or the 2 seed. But Philly could definitely beat Boston in a 7-game series.
You're out of your mind.
With a healthy Embiid, yes, they can.
They would lose in 5.
They could lose in 5, but they could also win in about 6.
No, they couldn't.
Yes, they could.
They absolutely could not.
Yeah, Philly.
What is with this obsession with Embiid? He's a regular
Embiid is the best center in the NBA.
No, he's not.
He's the most dominant center in the NBA. I should say that.
No, he's not.
Yeah, you're fucking smoking. There's nobody that even compares. Nobody even comes close to Embiid's level of domination.
Nikola Jokic.
No. Not as far as physically as physically dominant.
We're not talking about physically. You didn't say anything about physical. You said dominant. Dominant doesn't have to be physical.
I mean, it does too. I mean, if you want to be fucking technical, I guess. But Jokic, sure, Jokic. I'll say this: Jokic controls the game. Embiid dominates the game.
And who's more effective in the playoff, Jokic or Embiid?
I mean, Jokic, but he don't have that as big of a sample size as he could. Embiid had what, one bad playoff game last year. Let's forget the fact they wouldn't even be in that game if it wasn't for Embiid in Game 7 against Boston.
Are you talking about the Game 7 where they got blown off the court?
Yeah.
They still got blown off the court and Embiid went off. They still got blown off the court.
No, didn't Embiid have a shitty Game 7?
No.
No, Embiid had a decent game. It's just Jason.
Or maybe it
Tatum
was
dropped
game
50.
it was Game 6. It was one of those games that he disappeared.
James Harden disappeared after Game 2, and that was the end of it.
Okay, no, I know Embiid disappeared in one of those last games. I know that.
Are you talking about the fourth quarter of Game 6 when you
or
said
maybe
Jason Tatum was trash?
maybe that was it. Yeah, where
you said Jason Tatum was trash, then he dropped 18 in the fourth.
I was so fucking mad, bro. We were sitting here at the chat. I was all like, "Oh, the Celtics are going home," and then Tatum, bro, he had what, like 2 points up until then, and he rattled off like 13 in a row. I was pissed, bro. The Casey was like, "Don't fucking tell Jason Tatum."
Wrong, because true story. Because every single year, every single playoff series, the last 2.5 years, Casey's been all, "They're done, we're done." I said, "Eat crow, motherfucker. Watch what happens," and I have been right every single flipping time.
Except the Golden State series, I was right about that one, and the Miami series last year.
That I'll give you. But other than that, those two series, I've been right almost every single time.
Yeah, because I get upset when they go down 2-0 in Game 1 of the first round, and I say it's over.
And you were wrong.
That must be a miserable way to watch. I mean, I don't know, man. At the same time, though, like, you really do. All jokes aside, like, you do know your team, and even if not, like, you know, like you I think with your team, you always have that gut feeling. Like you with your team, you know more than other people. I've seen this book before, so you kind of know when it's coming.
Yeah, I knew 4 minutes into Game 7 last year that we were gonna lose.
Dude, I fucking bet. You know, I was so mad because I haven't betted little all series. And my friend convinced me. He's like, "You know what? If you're really confident in the Celtics, then don't bet all these small bets. Go put a bunch of money on Boston." So I like tripled my normal bet size.
Thing for that series too. Don't count us out. Don't let us win this one. Don't let us win this one.
Yeah, I went to go bet on them, bro. They were down like 30 at fucking halftime. It was Game 2, and then my friend hits me like, "Hey, the Celtics lost." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I know." Fucking ass
like,
beat last night.
Say.
But I don't know, man. I think at the same time too, like, well, I mean, I don't, you know, we could, you know, this ain't Locked On Celtics podcast, but I mean, who knows what's gonna happen if they get to a Game 7? Because at the end of the day, like, it comes to trusting them in the playoffs, and like, there's gonna be a time where their backs are against their wall. Stop eating my top ramen. Where their backs are against the wall inevitably, you know. But in that one game scenario, like we saw, like it's all great when you got home court advantage and I mean, what the fuck are they, like 15 games above Milwaukee, who's in second? But like when you get pushed or you're down by a game or they have to go to an elimination game, like, do we really trust Boston? I mean, I can't forget last year Boston came out with no heart. I don't even know if I trust them. It's great they're breezing through the regular season right now. Shit, they might not even get to that point where they have a pressure game. I still don't, just because they have Drew Holiday on the court and they have Porzingis and they look a little better. It doesn't mean I'm gonna trust them when push comes to shove.
I trust them more than I trust Doc Rivers coach team in an elimination game.
Yeah,
I agree. Let's put it like this.
That's fair. Nobody can argue that.
No, of course not. I don't think the champion's coming out of the East this year.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think Boston's going to win the title. I don't. It's one of those things where they have to prove it to me.
No Orlando Magic? They're like number 3. Orlando is damn good.
Orlando's not in the 3 seed. Cleveland is.
Orlando's like 4. Orlando's up there.
Are they?
They're 5th, I thought.
Nah, they're a little higher than the 5th.
Really?
They're Orlando. Smokey, get your. Ooh, I'm gonna fuck you up, boy.
Oh, they are the 3rd seed.
They are. They overtook New York and Cleveland.
Damn.
Yeah, no, but I don't know, man.
Oh,
but,
okay, yeah,
all
because
jokes
it's
aside,
basically
like,
the same record. That's why.
I don't know about Shadow.
But I don't know, man. But all jokes aside, like, I don't really know if I trust them when we get, because, man, at the end of the day, like, I've watched enough sport at this point in my life. I've crashed and burned too many times. I don't take shit at face value. Like with anything with sports, there's so much things that go into context. Granted, Boston's gonna be at home every single series,
They're
including the
35
finals if they
at
get
home. They're 35-3 at home.
Shit, damn.
That's pretty impressive.
On the year, 35-3.
That's insane.
I mean, if you have to go to the Garden, you're probably going to lose.
Casey said that's pretty impressive. Well, the best home team ever, I think the Spurs lost one game, and the 85-86 Celtics lost one game at home. I believe those are the only two teams that have ever. I mean, those are the best. Bro, 35-3 at home is insane. Like they're what fucking like they won like 66 games this year.
Boston. Here's the thing. I don't know where.
Right now. Yeah.
I don't know where the point is to trust Boston, and the reason being.
Oh yeah, no, I feel you.
I don't trust them in late game scenarios, and they've blown multiple double-digit leads in the fourth quarter. So I don't know where I feel comfortable with them at all. Like typically when you go up 15, 20 points, you should think, especially with a team that's as good as the Celtics, okay, this game is secure, but that's not the case with them. They start missing a couple shots and they start lazing around on defense, not getting back to their spots, and they just keep chucking threes. And it's just a never-ending cycle.
22.
What's that?
Case in point tonight, they're 8 of 22 from 3.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I mean, 36%, don't get me wrong, that's not terrible. But
it's gonna be interesting though, man. Like the whole playoffs are just gonna like one of my favorite times of the year is that first day of the playoffs where they got basketball all day. But I don't know, man. We'll see how confident Boston looks after the first round because I don't know. I'm with Casey. Like I'm like, yeah, I don't trust really anything they do at this point. And nothing. Yeah, I'm with Casey. Like because granted, they've only okay. Like let's just go year by year real quick. Like the bubble year, they lost to Miami. Whatever. The net. Well, okay. Let's go back even before that. 2018, they lost to LeBron.
They had about a fingertip block on Tatum in the bubble.
And then when did the year that Toronto won? Who did Boston lose to? I'm guessing they lost to Milwaukee in the playoffs. I think they did.
Brooklyn, I think.
Or maybe
that was Brooklyn. That was Brooklyn.
In 2019.
No, wait. No, I think Brooklyn was 2021.
Yeah, no. 20. Yeah, I think you're right about 2021. Yeah, because you guys lost to Brooklyn or Atlanta. Yeah. You guys lost to Brooklyn. Brooklyn lost to Milwaukee. Milwaukee beat Atlanta.
Philly.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And or Philly. Yeah. Or yeah. Whatever. Atlanta because Philly beat Atlanta or Atlanta beat Philly. But I don't know, man. It's gonna like I don't really. 2022, you guys lose to the Celtics or the Warriors of the finals. Last year, I don't know, man. Like it's coaching. Like Boston doesn't scare me. Like Mike Malone's a better coach than Mazzulla. I mean, I don't know if that's really a hot take, but I mean, I think he's a better coach than Mazzulla.
See, it's tough because you're right. Boston shouldn't scare you as far as their history. But their team itself, when they get hot and they're on that roll,
for sure,
they're unstoppable.
And I try not to give too much weight to history because at the end of the day, it's history. Like it doesn't, it's the past. But at the same time, and maybe that is my problem. Maybe that's why sometimes I lose games because I do go based off history. But in the playoffs, man, like we see. I was listening to the Ringer podcast a few years ago. Somebody put it really well. Like the great thing about the NBA playoffs is they break you down to your component parts. They expose you. If you have something, a glaring weakness, everybody's going to find out about it in the playoffs because the other team is going to have like you can only fake it for so long in a 7-game series. Eventually,
Absolutely.
If you suck at something, it's going to show. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I think Boston I think Boston has the best sports fans in the world, personally. As much as I can't, Boston, LA have a bit, it's rocketed. Like you get a Friday night with a chance, Celtics have a chance to get to the finals, bro. That is the loudest arena, and I'm sure it gets fucking vulgar in there too. It's probably amazing.
Oh yeah, you should, dude. I was at the 2010 Game 6 Cleveland versus Boston when we sent LeBron home.
Oh, really? His last game before he
went to Miami.
mhm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was at that game. I had first row seats. It was out of this world experience.
That's dope. I mean, yeah, because the Cavs were the #1 seed that year, so Boston, if they would have
Yeah.
lost that game, would have been going back to Cleveland, and
Yeah.
that's the game LeBron took off the jersey in the tunnel,
Yup.
and yeah,
I was there. It was
that's
insane.
cool. I mean, but yeah, bro, that Boston Garden, like, I'm sure getting called a motherfucking Harvard Yard or something like that is not too, bro. I'm just playing, but Boston, like that shit. I mean, you look at Game 5 of the 1976 NBA Finals, like the fans tried to fight a ref, like especially a Friday night in Boston, bro, when it's a big game. Oh yeah, those fans don't give a fuck. I'm sure I'm sure it's a tough place to play, man. I've always wanted to. I'm sure it's not the same as the old Garden, but I'm sure it's still a great place to watch a game for sure.
So this was when it was heavily rumored that LeBron was going to go to New York. There
Mhm.
wasn't any speculations of Miami yet. And so when he was at the free throw line, they put a computer image on him on the
the Knicks
Jumbotron
jersey
of a Knicks jersey. It
I
was
remember
hilarious.
with the 23. Yeah, because that's the thing too that people always forget. Like that year, like Miami. I mean, at least for me, it wasn't until the last few days. Miami came out of the blue.
Yeah, they did.
I was like, whoa. I mean, the last few days we were hearing a little bit. We were hearing like Knicks, Bulls, Nets.
I heard Knicks Bulls are staying in Cleveland. That was the only things I was hearing.
Yeah. No, God, Knicks, Bulls are staying Cleveland. Yeah, and then it was like LeBron goes to dude, and I thought that the thing started an hour later. Like I was walking home, my brother was like Lakers and Heat in the finals next, and then we still couldn't get LeBron versus Kobe in the finals. Like that's one thing that we were. I wouldn't
Robbed
say
of.
robbed. Yeah, I mean
No,
robbed of. Yeah, for sure. Like we never got to see
absolutely
LeBron and
robbed of.
Kobe in the finals. The two biggest basketball stars of our generation. I mean, would you guys agree? If you want to
Yeah, it's
leave
not even
Jordan out,
close.
if you want to leave
Of course
Jordan out.
Well, we're talking about our generation.
Yeah, and then I guess maybe Curry, right?
Yes, but Curry's kind of next generation.
Yeah.
As far as our generation, it's absolutely Curry and Kobe.
I think there's going to be another
LeBron and Kobe. Jesus.
I think there will be another Braun before there's another Kobe. I was just talking with Jason about this shit.
What?
I think Kobe is so revered. Kobe is to the point where, and I hate because Jason, like I always tell you, the fucking arguments we have. He's like Kobe had the heart, but in
I
all
hate that
seriousness,
argument.
no. But I feel like Kobe, like I mean I don't know, man, because like maybe it's because I'm from California, but like everybody knows Kobe. Everybody at this point knows LeBron, but Kobe is just so popular in China. And the fact that I think Kobe's legacy, like we watched him, his rock bottom was deeper than LeBron's, and I think that is what endeared. I don't know. I feel like history is going to be a lot. Like we look back 30 years from now, history is going to be a lot more kind to Kobe than it is LeBron. Watch.
I can agree with that.
I mean, that's a possibility.
But Kobe,
I think
the difference is LeBron hasn't had the scandal like Kobe did with the case
with
in
the
Colorado.
sexual assault, right? Yeah.
So I think there's one major difference there.
Well, and I think that has a lot to do with Kobe's untimely passing. Rest in peace, though.
True.
That certainly adds on to it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because I might have made this argument even before. I mean, because I don't know, bro. Like people, like, I mean, Justin could probably like people out there like they love Kobe. Like they will sit there with a straight face and tell you that
Ian, here's your thing. If you're talking to random Joes on the street, sure, but if we're talking about national media, no, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about like national media speculation, Kobe wasn't that well liked until about a couple years after he retired.
True.
And he started making nice with everybody.
I mean, yeah, kind of, but at the end of the day, but he also did kind of have like a farewell tour.
Because he was loved by the league, though. I get that.
He strays at Paul Pierce. Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Kobe is like, I get it. Like, I mean, same thing with Tupac. Like, Tupac's always gonna be untouchable because of when he died. Same thing with Kobe. Like, if Kobe would have died when he's 65, like, we probably would have forgot about it. But his timely passing, like that even almost ensures that because I don't know, man, like I just feel like LeBron, like the way that LeBron is dominating the league, I don't like at 40,000 points. I don't know, but granted, could somebody come up and do it?
No.
Do better than, or no? I'm saying if somebody could, we're gonna kind of push LeBron into the past before we do. I mean, because think about it, bro. Kobe's not even really top 10 all time, and he's still. I don't have him top 10. I mean, if I do, it's barely. And look
He's
at how we still
borderline top
revere
10.
him, huh?
He's borderline top 10.
Yeah, he's like right there. Like, but still, though. Well, you know what? That's a whole story for a different day. But I mean, speaking of, we were talking about Boston, man. Like, they hated Kobe. They hated playing against Kobe.
They hate
Everybody
LeBron.
fucking.
They hate LeBron more.
Oh yeah. Like LeBron has broke their hearts more. I mean, Kobe even lost against them in the finals. Like you guys are even.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, Boston hates Braun. Like it's so weird on my aspect because I'm such a big Celtics fan, but I'm also a LeBron fan. Like I don't hate LeBron at all. He's one of my favorite athletes of all time.
LeBron, like,
but there's no way you can catch LeBron dead in the Celtics jersey. There's no way.
No, that'll never happen. That'll never happen. Ever. LeBron hates Boston too. He thinks all our fans are racist.
LeBron thinks everybody is fucking racist. I'm sorry, man. That's a topic for a motherfucking. Like LeBron, I love LeBron, but man, goddamn, bro. Like some of this shit some of these players, man, they're out there. Like LeBron, he think everybody's. I'm sure he think that everybody in fucking Indianapolis is racist too. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody in Indianapolis is racist, but he don't have the right to go assuming that.
But it's the point. If we go back to Kobe really quick,
yeah,
and it's kind of the point that I always make with Kobe, and I hate to sound like a broken record, and I've said this 100 times. To me, Kobe is probably one of the only top 10 players where there wasn't a time he was definitively the best player in the NBA.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, but at the same time, like, you could really say that about Magic and Bird, too.
No.
You could never say that about Bird. He won 3 straight MVPs.
He won 3 straight MVPs. Okay, but Magic then? Like, is there? I mean, well, okay, but the point I'm making is there's a couple of guys. I didn't grow up in that era. You're right. Bird won 3 straight Finals MVPs.
Yeah,
I don't know where people really saying he was that much
the best. He was unequivocally the best player in the league for a while.
I mean, what about Magic though? I don't know what.
Kobe was in the conversation, but he was never the
front runner, I guess, right?
Yeah.
He never the front runner, yeah.
Never.
Yeah. Like, you could make the argument where times Kobe was top 2 or 3, sure.
And never won.
Never won. Ever. That's one argument I always have with him. About him, not with him. It's just that I don't like to say this, and it's kind of a controversial thing to say. People have overrated Kobe since he passed and have put him into this echelon of like untouchable goats, and he just wasn't that.
Sorry, my allergy season, guys. Go ahead.
But yeah, he just wasn't that. You know, he wasn't as good as Jordan. He's obviously wasn't as good as LeBron. He wasn't as good as Magic. He wasn't like he wasn't as good as Hakeem. He wasn't as good as Bird. Like, I don't even have Kobe over Tim Duncan all time.
Me either.
For me, they're neck and neck. I would put Duncan over Kobe.
Yeah, for me, they're neck and neck. But regardless, though, like but that's the thing, though. Like his untimely passing, like Kobe's, like and the thing is, I always tell
cementing his legacy, unfortunately, in an unfortunate way.
Absolutely.
What'd you say?
It's cementing his legacy in an unfortunate way.
It's disrespectful to his legacy, if you ask me. For the people that because like honestly, I've come across some people who, come on man, Kobe's dead, don't talk. But like, bro, like I feel like that'd be more disrespectful to Kobe to just give him credit because he is dead. I feel like the only way we can honor somebody is to treat them just like we would anybody else, and treat them like they're still here. Like I get it, bro. Like Kobe, and hell, like Kobe, man, like that was. Like, I'm from Southern California. Like, growing up, that was the player. But people put so much more bullshit on the intangibles with Kobe. Kobe had that passion. Kobe had that. Every player has the passion. Just because they don't go out and make a fucking marketing fucking ploy Mamba mentality doesn't mean they're not in the gym, too. I mean, am I saying that he probably did put in more work than anybody else, but
he did.
They let these legendary stories, and at this point the stories are mythical because Kobe's not around to debunk any of the stories. So we kind of turn Kobe into a mythical figure, which I mean he is in a lot of ways, I mean, hell, I used to just kind of look up to the way Kobe did things, man. But people have given that so much weight.
You put him on too much of a pedestal.
That's a better way to put it. You put him on too. I was gonna say, like, they give shit like that too much weight. They put him on too big of a pedestal. Kobe had
it like this. Every single kid in America has balled up a piece of paper and shot it into a trash can. Kobe. What do they yell when they do it?
Kobe.
Larry Bird.
Bird. Anytime someone does that, though, I think of that Chappelle Show skit where he did it with the condom. Yeah. He was like, Kobe. That's a goat of comedians, by the way, in case y'all didn't know. Dave Chappelle is the goat comedian. He's untouchable. Jesus Christ, what are you doing to your cat?
I was just going to tell you fellas, hey, live on Mixed Reactions, and in this quarter, fighting! I got a new cat, and, like, the boy cats, like, they're cool with each other until they realize, like, oh, fuck, I forgot you here. And they just walk around, watch, I'm going to push one of them into the other one. Watch.
We can't watch.
It's fun, though, man. It's fun. We're all a happy, loving family. And I'm not going to lie, man.
How many cats do you have, dude?
I have 4.
That's too many.
You want to talk about a bag of cats right now? It's the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, what are they, 7-3?
Yeah, but then they lost Trevor Story. Season-ending surgery. Pivetta down. Like it was great, and then it was like, oh, let's get back to earth.
They're playing right now, aren't they?
They lost to Baltimore 7-1 opening day at Fenway Park.
Oh, that's a great way to. That's a great way to open this year. Fenway.
But it's Baltimore. It's Baltimore. I'm honestly not surprised by it.
Before we hop off and before we jump into a question, everyone say your 2024 NBA champion. Go, Ian.
Dude, damn, what the fuck? You can't just come out there and like, all right. Well, this is not the question, correct?
No, it's not.
No, right. Justin has the question.
Oh yeah, he did say he has a good one. Give me the fucking Clippers.
Clippers, okay.
I think it finally happened. Celtics.
So we got Clippers and we got Celtics. Well, guys, this is what Casey's going with.
Can I guess your guess?
Yes, you can.
Chicago Bulls.
So now that Ian is done being dumb, I am going to say... Wait, you want to take a guess what I'm going to say, Justin?
I'm going to say Denver Nuggets.
I was honestly going to say Denver. That was my guess for him.
That's a decent guess, but no.
Okay.
Because I agree with Ian. I think the Clippers are going to take out the Nuggets.
Really?
I know. I have a feeling I know where you're going with this. No, don't.
So I'm saying the 2024 NBA champions are going to be the Los Angeles Lakers.
You are such a homer.
Wait, whoa.
A homer? I'm a Celtics fan.
You're such a LeBron homer. Oh my God.
It's not even about
who are they going to beat the Celtics to win the championship?
No, the Celtics aren't going to make it. It's going to be Milwaukee.
No, Milwaukee can't guard a 3-point shot to save their life.
Look, I can't say the Celtics, okay? I can't.
You can, you just won't.
No, I can't. I can't say it.
You can.
I can't. Dude, I can't.
Oh, shit, we got the Frozen 4 this weekend, boys.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah,
Boston
they
College
already
Eagles
got
won the whole
eliminated.
thing.
Yeah,
Boston College
they're
Eagles won the whole thing.
fucking insane. I got BC. I got BU. I mean,
That's
BU.
fair. That's fair. Also, thank you so much for the season you delivered us, Bradley Nadeau. Best wishes in Carolina. I can't say enough about how much you made Maine hockey watchable this season.
Relevant.
Shout out to the whole team.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Ben Barr.
But I understand what you're doing, giving it to the best player. But I mean, there's some other guys that scored some big goals.
Donovan Poole's gone now. Bradley Nadeau's gone. That means Josh is going to go. Poisson's going to be gone. It's not going to look good for Maine next year, boys. And I hate to be the one that says it.
They're going to be okay.
Well, they just got old boy from UMass.
They did, but their top recruit decommitted.
Oh.
You probably saw Bradley was gone and was like, oh, wait, no, never mind.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, man. I mean, dude, as soon as early in the game against Cornell, when Maine was up 1-0 and they didn't score on the power play, I said to myself, that's going to bite them in the ass. But Cornell was fucking huge.
It's when Cornell railed Bradley in the back of the head.
When they did not score on that 5-minute major, I turned to my fiance and I said, this game's over. Maine just lost.
Oh, yeah, on the major. That's what I was talking about. And, yeah, the one that Justin was talking about, Bradley getting hit, I don't know if I think, was that towards the end of the game? Because everybody was...
That was the major.
5-minute major, and it should have been a game misconduct. They didn't.
Yeah, it should have been a game misconduct. He should have been kicked out.
Because he was the guy who scored 2.
Oh, so that's why everybody was making a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
He got the 5 minutes. But, yeah, because I saw everybody bitching about it, and I thought it was a bad call.
He got 2 of the 3 goals for Cornell.
Oh, shit. Dude, that team was fucking huge, bro.
And that's what Maine's flaw was. They weren't big enough.
Yeah, they could not have gotten a worse draw in the tournament.
I mean, yeah, they avoided Michigan State. They avoided BU and BC.
I think they would have beaten Michigan State.
I think they would have, too.
But they weren't beaten. They weren't going to beaten. Obviously, they weren't going to beat BU. We know that.
Who does Michigan play? Oh, sorry. I was thinking out loud. I thought that I was on mute. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, no, you're good. I think Michigan plays BC, right?
And then
Michigan plays BC. Denver plays BU.
Yeah.
What's up with this extra week in between, bro? I don't like that shit.
I got a BC BU final. I'll tell you that.
BC final, easy. I got BC beating BU in overtime.
Yeah, somewhere around that. I'll watch that game if it's BC BU because it's hockey.
I'll watch it. BC BU for sure.
Dude, I love Hockey East now, man. Greatest college, dude. It just means more. It seems like
it's by far the best division in college. It's not close.
Yeah.
The most recruits come out of there.
Yeah, most recruits, most talent, best hockey skills overall. It's
best
not
crowds.
Close. Best crowd. Oh yeah.
You can make the argument for North Dakota, but best crowds overall.
Yeah. Anthony Davis will not play tonight against the Golden State Warriors.
Golden State wins.
But back to my point before we get to the question here, Justin. As much as I want to, I can't say the Celtics. They need to prove it. I can't.
What will prove it for you? A sweep to the finals? Is that what would prove it?
What will prove it to me is if they go up 3-0, up 47 points in game 4 of the finals. With about less than 5 minutes left. At that point, I'll be like, all right, they proved it. Until
what was
then,
that one? No, one move where he's like, what do you want? It's not that simple. What do you want?
What do you want?
The Notebook?
Yep. It's not that simple. What do you want?
You know what? Before we get to the question, I have a question for my man. I mean, you guys are both Celtics fans, so it's for both of you. Who was the MVP of the 1976 NBA Finals? The Celtics won. They beat the Suns. But who was the MVP of the series? I'll give you a hint. It was not the Orlando Magic. Just so you know.
Wait, so who?
Wait,
Okay.
what?
I don't even know what you just said.
The 1976 NBA Finals. Who was the MVP? They were a Boston Celtic, but I think you guys are. One of you guys is gonna get this wrong. Let's think about it. It was after Bill Russell, right? Yeah, you guys are both gonna fuck this up.
Hold on. It's an unknown player in overall standings.
So,
right?
well, hold on. I'm pulling up some more.
His
some more
last name was
hints.
White, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was JoJo White.
Damn it, motherfucker. Yeah, I was because my next hint was gonna be he was in because he was in Glory Road.
Yep.
That was gonna be something with my next
knew
question.
his last name was White. I couldn't think of JoJo though. I knew it was.
Dude,
Jay
he has his
something.
Boston. He has his jersey retired by the Celtics. That was a dark period for them. A dark period, but they still won 2 championships in the decade.
All right, Justin, what's your question?
Okay.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
So this is kind of going back to the NBA. If you were the Milwaukee Bucks GM,
Okay.
would you still make the Drew Holiday trade for Dame Lillard, knowing where he ended up in Boston?
Yes. No question. It's Dame Lillard. Absolutely. I would 1,000,000 times over. I would trade Drew Holiday back to Milwaukee for Dame Lillard right now if I was Boston. No question.
Wait, what was the
I
question
love
again?
what Drew's done.
If you were the Milwaukee Bucks GM today, knowing where Drew Holiday was going to end up, would you still make that trade for Dame to Portland?
No question. It's Damian Lillard.
You said knowing where Drew Holiday is going to end up. Like how he's a very good contributing piece. I'd still pick Damian.
And with the Celtics.
100%.
Dude, I don't. You know what? I'm gonna give mine just a little more thought because I think there's something like it's not like it's I don't fucking know. It's Etuan Moore in place of Damian Lillard. Like it's still Drew Holiday. But that's Damian Lillard.
It's Drew Holiday, fine, but it's Damian Lillard.
But Damian Lillard and Giannis have not clicked.
It's fair. It's fair, man. Has a point.
Fair. It's team chemistry, though, but
they haven't clicked. Not you can't say at any one time this year that Milwaukee's really gotten their legs on and gotten.
Well, no, they went on like a little winning streak, but yeah, for the most part, though,
for 5 games tops.
Yeah, it was like
they're beating Boston by 18 right now.
And it's regular.
Again, they don't have their full. The Celtics don't have their full starting lineup, so you can't really. You have to put an asterisk on it.
Do we though?
You should.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like the way, like Boston at this point. Yeah, I'm just playing. Like I probably feel like I wouldn't say an asterisk, but it's like. I
kind of do feel like Boston's kind of just coasting to the playoffs, so nobody gets hurt. But...
They absolutely are.
I mean, they're up by like 15 games ahead of the second seed. Like, I would be chilling. I think at this point,
the best record in the entire NBA, so they have nothing to play for right now.
They're just trying to plot, I think, to see what lineups are going to work the best, who they're going to be able to play in rotation minutes.
They're resting who they need to rest to have enough. Make sure they have
right. Yeah, for sure.
Also, I don't know how in tune you guys are with Celtics basketball. As you know, I pretty much watch every game because I'm a psychotic weirdo. They've been working a lot on their zone defense. Like they'll go through stretches.
Get out of that shit in the playoffs, man.
Just hear me out.
That's how Miami beat them.
Right, but that's why they're trying to improve on it. So even like through this course of the regular season, right? Teams will have stretches where they're just nailing back-to-back threes, and they'll stay in that zone trying to perfect it.
I mean, it's a good strategy, but at the same time, like how Justin was saying, Miami shot them right out of that. Like there's gonna come a point. I get it. You know, zone's not gonna be the same. It's gonna be more of a NBA is always gonna be more of a matchup zone as opposed to college, just a straight 2-3 zone. But I don't like get out. Huh?
I said the Syracuse zone.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like the Jim Boeheim fucking
1-1-3 zone
or a 1. Yeah, but like just go man to man. Like. I can get it.
Just post up, man up.
Unless you have somebody that's just going insane and you need to do something like just man up and just play man-to-man. It's not like you don't have Drew Holiday, Porzingis. Like, it's not like you don't have the guys to be able to keep up man-to-man. Derek White, like all these. Like,
Right.
if Dame starts killing you, I don't fuck it. I mean, maybe you go zone, but it's not like Milwaukee still doesn't have Connaughton, Bobby Portis. Like, it's not like Milwaukee still doesn't have straight up fucking killers out there with their
They
shoes.
do, but my point. I guess by the question is, at least for my answer, I would probably at least give it a second thought.
I'd consider it. Yeah, I'd consider it. I think it's with what Drew Holiday, with his value that he brings, just both as a glue guy and defensively. I think you'd be a fool to at least not consider it. But I can see where Casey's coming from, saying Dame. Me personally, I don't know, man. Like, that's.
I'd take the defense over the offense right now.
I would too, but I'm just also at the point where, like, I don't even know. I think me personally, I'll go with Casey. I'll say Dame, but I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen in the playoffs. Like, I get that.
I agree that you still
But
make
Drew,
the
it's
trade,
Tatum.
but you don't do it.
Wait, what did you just say?
Knee jerk say you make the trade. You think about that first.
Sorry, I meant you would have Dame and Tatum.
I would still make the Dame trade, yes, but I would think about it a little bit longer first, other than make the knee jerk say, "Yeah, Dame done," rather than how Casey.
And why did you say that was just because of what's happened in Milwaukee? I might have missed that part.
Because Dame and Giannis have not clicked.
Yeah,
But it's not like they've been bad is the issue. They're still second in the East.
They can't. They're sub 500 on the road.
That's Doc.
Not entirely.
Doc's a bitch.
I
don't like Doc. It's like, what does that have to do with anything?
Casey is like, well, obviously they're, if he's a bitch, of course they're have a losing record on the road. Wait, you said they're under 500 on the road?
They're 2 games under 500 on the road. Yeah.
See, and that's the thing too. Before we get off, like, for me, it's not so much what's right with Boston. It's like there's not really nobody else is really that great. Like, if you would have asked me this same shit, because who was the 1 seed last year in the East? It was Milwaukee, but then Giannis got hurt. So I mean, number 2 was Boston. But like, Philly has its own problems. Milwaukee might be a year away. Like, this is Boston's year to lose. Like, with as much questions marks as we can sit here and say, well, what about this? Well, what about the zone? What about blah, blah, blah? Like, Boston's still in a better position, I think, than Orlando, than Cleveland, than fucking any of those teams in the East, at least.
They have the inside track.
Exactly. They have the inside track. They're the front runners right now, for sure. It's theirs to lose. And home court advantage.
I think Boston's going to lose to Milwaukee in the playoffs.
Eat crow, motherfucker.
Dude, I played 2K and I played a WNBA season, and oh my fucking god, that shit is brutal. Like, I'm 3-1, don't get me wrong, but wow, that shit's slow. Nobody's dunking. Like, I'm throwing the ball, I'm waiting for somebody to windmill. This bitch does a nice fundamental layup. But yeah, man, it's an exciting time for basketball, bro. Caitlin Clark needs to capitalize on that bread. Man, I want to say something before we get off, man. Shout out to the women for, because I think back in the day when I used to watch women's basketball, man, I'd feel disingenuous. I'd watch it because I'd want to feel like I'm doing a good thing. But dude, I really enjoyed watching it this year. Like,
I watched the Iowa South Carolina
They were
game.
worth the watch. It's worth the watch now.
It was this year.
But is women's college basketball going to be worth the watch next year with Caitlin Clark gone?
My point exactly is what Casey was saying. Like, that's what I was going to say. Like,
no,
this year it was
true. Fair point.
I mean, for me, I'm gonna be watching you. I mean, Caitlin Clark is, and I was joking about it, but it's kind of true. If you say she's a Larry Bird, I guess you have to say Angel Reese is the Magic, which Magic and Larry were a lot closer than Caitlin and Angel Reese.
You can sort of. I mean, it's not the same argument, but you could also say the same thing about Sabrina Ionescu when she was in college.
That's true.
No, true for sure, but even then, Sabrina Ionescu didn't gather this type of.
No, because Caitlin Clark, but she wasn't anywhere near the scoring machine that Caitlin Clark.
We thought she was, but yeah, dude. Because the thing with Caitlin Clark, and I think that for better or for worse, man, I want to say transcends race, but it's like she's the white player who's the best player on the court every time. I think it's great for the
Larry
game,
Bird?
man. I think Larry Bird should be her, and then you, but I also give a shout out just as much to LSU, man. Like Angel Reese has even more. What is it, like Instagram or TikTok followers, or like they know, like people. There was 14 million people that watched LSU in South Carolina or LSU and Iowa in the Elite Eight. Without LSU being who they are, that game doesn't even get half of the viewers. And then
I
South
agree.
Carolina was just a great team. Yesterday was her, or Sunday was her last college game. But it was great, man. Like the storylines, like I don't feel. I mean, yes, ESPN pushed it down our throat, but it didn't feel like I wanted to
It didn't
watch
feel
it, man. Like I had a
fake.
blast.
It didn't
watching
feel scripted or faked.
Correct. I agree.
And they play the first 2 rounds of the tournament at home sites, which the NCAA will never do because of the money. But like Iowa, Caitlin Clark's last home game, like they were in a close one with West
rocking.
Virginia.
That was awesome.
Bro, it's like those home NCAA, the men's is never gonna do it because of the fucking money they bring in for every single regional site. But that would be awesome. Like imagine Duke in the do or die at Cameron Indoor with 3 minutes left at home. Like that, I don't
it
know,
would
man.
be
That would be.
insane.
Maine's still got the best arena in college hockey. I was talking to a customer earlier, and I was asking her like, "Hey, do you know where Old Town is? I have a friend from there." And I was telling her about how I was always joking, say you guys don't have McDonald's. She's like, "Well, come out here one day. It's beautiful, and we have McDonald's." I was like, "All right, well, Fred will be happy to hear that. I appreciate you." He always tells me that we're not a third world country, so I appreciate it.
Well, wait, was it a female?
It was a female.
Did you tell her that I have a huge schlong?
I didn't, but I was actually going to include that in the email survey as she gets to the end of the call.
Good. Just tell her to hit me up.
But no, it was a blast, guys. I don't know if you guys know because I'm kind of kid. I had another one, a rough week. I lost my phone, so I have so much shit loading on my computer. That's why it took me so long to be able to fucking call you guys. It was loading, but I couldn't tell you guys, hey, wait 1 second. But it was a blast,
see all
man.
the shit we were talking about you in the chat before you called us?
No, all I saw was like, oh, maybe we'll do it next week or something. I do see the shit that you talk on a daily basis, like, hey, does anybody know why Ian's such a bitch? But then I normally come in and I shouldn't, and I answer the question, like, I wonder why so maybe I need to stop doing that. But no, it's been a great show, man. Like, it's a blast doing it with you guys, man. Justin was like, we're over here waiting for your ass, and I'm over here half awake and shit, like, yeah, motherfucker, last week we waited up, but you guys had actual stuff that came up, and I was just. I fell asleep again. If you really must know, but I mean,
I caught it.
Oh, see, here that's leads me to perfectly because we're waiting for you. Justin says $5. The bitch fell asleep again. And my response was he absolutely did, probably under a bridge too. Troll ass looking bitch.
Drinking a fucking Steel Reserve, bro. Well, fuck you, pussies. No, well, the thing is, bro, because I had set my alarm to like 4. Bro, I was knocked, and then I woke up, and I didn't realize it was 4:30, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I was up, but I guess I just laid in bed too long. And then Justin was like, we're waiting on you, and then I'm like, well, last week I had and then right now, I couldn't find my PlayStation controller. But, yeah, no, you guys, I hope the Celtics get swept in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, me too. It would make my life complete.
Well, I won't be here next week, fellas, because I'm moving.
Yeah, we know, buddy. It's all good.
Yeah, no, good luck with that. The move. You guys finally the house you were telling us about?
Yeah, we bought a house finally.
Cool, man. Congrats. And I'm sure. How's the housing market out there? I'm sure it's pretty
garbage.
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 All right, boys. It's been a good show. As always, Ian's a bitch, and we love you guys.
Hey, and as always, you're gonna be able to get on the handicap section of the roller coasters because you're 5'2". You know what? I don't think 5'2" is handicap, but you're pretty fucking short. But you're the greatest. I'll give you the 5'2" greatest college hoops player ever. But anyway, Dick's Big's reactions. Casey and Justin are both bitches, but I will leave it to Justin to close it out as Towley. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have no idea what's going on, but don't forget to bring a towel.
Ian lives under a bridge.
Good night, everybody. We appreciate you listening to our show.